Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing jalapenos, processing them and getting them in the dehydrator over here, which you can't really see, can you? Well, I'll show you. I don't know if you guys have dehydrated jalapenos, but it's pretty amazing. They're spicy but delicious. I dehydrate them and then we just kind of crumble them when they're dry and they become like red pepper flakes, but jalapeno flakes. Oh, so we got this huge container. Let me show ya. It's huge. Jalapenos at the food drive, and so before they go bad or any more go bad, there was 2 that were like bad, and the rest of them are so nice and such great shape. I just washed them and I'm gonna get them all sliced and dehydrating, so I thought maybe we could just chat while I slice. All right, I changed where I was sitting because this one's more comfy and we're gonna get to doing this. So do you guys have a special way that you slice your stuff that you're going to dehydrate, or do you just wing it? Because as you know, I am new at this. But everything I've done so far seems to be working out well. These are so solid. Some big jalapenos. Alrighty. I don't know. So, what are your thoughts on the food banks and going to the food banks, I guess is what I'm asking. I've had some comments recently which don't bother me, but it just makes me wonder like how many people feel that way, like about very negatively and like almost shaming you for going to them, you know. I don't feel no shame in going. Sorry, that food is there. It's there for anybody who needs it. You don't even technically have to be low income. If you need it, then you should go get it, because if not, then it's just going in the garbage can. And look at these beautiful jalapenos that would just end up in the trash, and now they're going to end up in my spice rack. Thank you. But yeah, I don't think you should ever feel like guilty or shameful or anything, because if your family is in need, or even if you just want to get a little bit more stuff put away in case of an emergency, you should go, because if you can preserve it like this, you're saving it from the landfill, and why not? Otherwise, that's what's going to happen to it. If nobody went and got these, they would end up in the garbage. And there you go. And how is that even helping? You know? It's not helping nobody in the dumps, right? I'm struggling to cut these skinny. So, okay. Because they're such fat ones, I may need to grab a different knife. But, and then any seeds that are on, I just drop them in there too. Why not? You can take the seeds out if you want the jalapenos to be less spicy, but I don't like them spicy. I'm going to grab a different knife real quick. Alright, so I grabbed 2 more. See, they say forever sharp. I don't know if you can see that, but it says forever sharp. Now, I don't know, because it didn't feel like it was cutting, but, you know, maybe it was an older one. Maybe one of these new ones will slice my finger, and then I'll be so sad. But yeah, so I don't know. I feel like people don't go to the food bank because somebody at some point, somewhere, or maybe they read some of the comments and they felt guilt or shame. But don't feel that way, guys. Go to the food bank. Go get your food. Feed your families. Put some aside for the, you know, a rainy day or whatever. As that's what they call it, right? A rainy day. But yeah. These are going to be so good. We have some smaller ones that we did that were really small jalapenos. And we just left them whole. And they're so good. I mean, you don't have to crush these. they'll just be really dry, and then when we put them, we'll probably crush them when we add them to stuff. You could do them however you want. It's easier just to do them whole. Oh, if I can get that other one in there. I feel like I'm gonna be here a while. So did you guys see my my cleaning video when I cleaned my kitchen? Oh my goodness, that about killed me. I didn't think I was gonna be able to move the next day. It literally, I was cleaning for about at least 4 hours, if not longer. And I had literally told my husband, I'm gonna work in the kitchen for about 8 hours. I don't know if at the time he thought I was crazy or just knew I wouldn't actually last, but he set up the camera and got it all ready. And then of course after about 4.5, 5 hours, I was like, I can't do anymore. But dang, I got a lot done. If you haven't seen that video, definitely check it out. Ugh. For anybody wondering about Mitchell, he's doing okay. I would say good, but I don't know what is good. So, I mean, he's not doing bad, so I guess the opposite of that is good, right? I guess. I don't know. He's not too much of a complainer. Got some videos out of him being quite silly. Cody was like, you have to record him, because we recorded her, you know, when she had her wisdom teeth out, and she was hilarious. Oh my gosh. It's so funny to see the different emotions when people are coming out from anesthesia. That, you know, 1 minute they're like, ha ha ha, and then, ah! It's just, I think it's funny. Maybe they don't think it's funny, but I thought it was hilarious. So hopefully you guys watch those videos and can relate if you've had a similar experience either with yourself or your family. It's pretty funny to watch people when they come out and they're just like all so many different emotions. I know he said at one point, he's like, I don't usually talk this much. I don't know why I'm talking so much. And he just kept talking and talking. It's going to be great when he's alert enough and watches those videos. He's going to be like, what the heck? Yeah, you guys rigged me. That wasn't right. He shouldn't have done that. But he knew we were recording. It's what we do. We're a YouTube family. We record almost everything. Cody was singing in the car the other day, and I said, we should record. And she's like, no, because you'll put it on YouTube. And I go, I know, just keep singing. And then I set up the phone so it was like on the visor. And then I just was recording her, and she was singing and singing. And then she told her friends, my mom's going to put that on YouTube. I just know it. Well, I haven't yet, but yeah, watch for that one. Oh my gosh, it's hilarious. She's singing into a lollipop. Oh, it's great. But you got to do that. You got to capture those moments and memories. Otherwise, you know what? You probably will forget about them. And then what do? Because your brain eventually will play tricks on you, and you might not be able to remember all those great fun things that your kids did. But if you record it now, especially if you put it on YouTube, if you lose the footage, YouTube's got it. But don't record anything against their permission, though. If they are embarrassed, don't put it out there. No point in traumatizing them. So I think she's fine with me putting it. There's been very few things where she said that she did not want me to record, and I was respectful. And one, she was putting on one of her CGMs for the first time, and you know, she didn't want me to record her face, but I could record the actual Dexcom, so I did that. And I think it's because she knew she was probably going to cry, and she didn't want to cry on camera, which, that's fine. But that one, I felt so bad for that experience for her, because we should have watched the video. We should have paid more attention, knew more what we were doing, but I'm an old mother, and I didn't do that, and she ended up having to do it 3 times, inserting her Dexcom, before we finally figured out that she wasn't releasing the needle, and she was actually just pulling the whole thing out with the needle and the sensor like attached. And when we couldn't figure out why it wasn't working, well, because she was basically putting it on and then taking it off, and putting it on and taking it off. Oh my gosh, if I could go back in time, that's definitely one thing I would change. Watch the video. Oh my goodness. If you guys could go back, is there something you would change? I know people say you can't go back, obviously. But, like, you know, we do exercise more, ate healthier, done everything exactly the same. I don't know. I probably wouldn't change a whole lot. Maybe I tried to played more sports or something when I was young and could physically run around and do it, because I love sports and I love to watch my daughter play sports. Unfortunately, I'm not in good shape, and I mean, I don't want to be a competitive player right now. I want to be a competitive watcher. Watching kids play sports. But if I could go back, I probably would play more sports. Basketball and softball for sure. Those are both real fun. Cody has done both of those. Yep. Oh my goodness. I haven't even got 2 trays done yet. This is going to take forever. It always does. It always seems like it takes forever. And then before you know it, I'm done. And then it basically does itself, right? Yep. Okay. Well, we've been talking for about 10 minutes, so I probably should let you go. And I will come back and show you when these are done. All right, guys, I'm back. And I've got all my trays full of diced up, sliced up jalapenos. And I still have a full container. Is that crazy? I guess we'll be doing this for the entire day. All right, so I got the first batch of jalapenos dried. I combined them onto 2 trays and let them go a little bit longer. Hopefully you can see. They're pretty dry and they snap easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get these all in a bag and then just break them up in my hand and then put them in a jar. And we'll get started on the rest of those jalapenos. I don't know if there's an easy way, but I'm just going to drop them in here with a handful. Get them all in here and then we'll get them crushed. Alright, and so I got all them out, but I still have all these seeds. Don't waste the seeds. These are great in your seasoning, so just dump those in there. And then we'll move on to this last tray and get it in there. This is amazing, guys. I don't know if we've showed you before, but we do have a video out already when we made these one other time, the ones from our garden back in 2020. And we just put them in this, like a chili shake bottle, and they shake out just so nice. Look at that. And you just sprinkle them like in your soup or something. There's just a little kick, and they're just so good. And you sprinkle how much you want, depending on like how spicy you want your meal to be. They're so amazing. So if you ever get an abundance of jalapenos, or you grow an abundance, more than you're going to eat or use right away, this is a great way to preserve it. And it lasts like basically forever, like spices, you know. It might lose its potency and not be as spicy, but that's okay. It'll still be amazing. All right, so I got them all in here, and then I'm just going to squish the air out and just kind of break them up in my hands. They break up pretty easy. If yours don't, they might not be dry enough, or you may need to use a rolling pin. But they do break up, I find, pretty easy. You can lay them on the counter and just kind of push on them however you want. Basically, I'm just breaking them so they're not complete circles. If I end up with a few circles in the jar, that's okay. Dump that in a soup, put it in an omelet. Oh, add it to your scrambled eggs. This is like one of the easiest spices that we've have done, that we really like how it turns out. So it's pretty crushed up. There are a few that are still pretty big, but you know, just snap them in half. It's okay. I mean, they'll probably break up as they go along. But yeah, so that's how you do it. And then you just go ahead and, or if you want to use your fingers and crush them inside here, you just rub them between your fingers. That works too. If you have a few bigger pieces that you want to break up smaller. And once you get it to the small pieces that you want or crushed up, You just put it in your mason jar. Oh my gosh, this is so good. I wish that I could put more on my dehydrator, or I wish I had another dehydrator, but I don't. So I have to do this in batches. Batch cooking, batch dehydrating, that's what that is. All right, so I got most of these broken up. So we'll go ahead and just pour these in our jar. Super easy. And then wash your hands. Man, that one time I didn't wash my hands, and oh my goodness, my eye was burning. So I got probably about 20 pounds of jalapenos yesterday, maybe more than that. And this is about half of them. And the jar is not even half full, so we'll be able to get them all in there. All right, we'll check back when we're finished. All right, guys, I got all the jalapenos dehydrated. It was hard with our power going out, but I managed. It took me an extra day longer than I thought. There was so many. I did 2.5 batches, and this is the jar I ended up with. I believe it is a pint jar. I'm assuming that's about the size it is, a wide mouth. But yeah, not quite full, but that's a lot of jalapenos right there. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. See you in the next one.